Hello everyone, welcome back to Gas Mask Review. I say welcome back, even though it has actually been probably months since we've actually done one of these. What was the last one we did? It was the middle of fucking night. Pretty sure it was like the Sea Mask or something like that.
This is the daytime special.
Yeah, we're actually doing it in the middle of the day. I can crank this up because Tommy isn't doing El Smokero today. Just the tobacco.
Just the old asparagus.
Just the tobacco. So if we crank this around, you can actually see it's daylight for once, which is pretty nice. Okay, I know none of you care. So, moving forward, let's get the tripod settled back down. So I'm sure you can already see what the bag is, although if you got this far into the video without reading this fucking title, then God help you. Little acoustic. So of course the US Mask Protective Field M17A1. This one's a medium. This is actually a near full kit. I say near because the only thing that isn't in it is like bits like the resuscitation tube, which is really hard to get inside the UK, and shaded lenses or laser outserts. However, the shaded lenses and laser outserts weren't common kit pieces. You had to be specially issued them if you were going on a mission that required them, and on top of that the laser outserts are £80 on their own, so I'm not fucking buying them. Yeah, Mans is broke. We've got a sealed packet here which I forgot to post on my Instagram, which I did talk about. MIL B13E or 131E, Class 1 and 2, Champion Packages Company, Columbus, GA. I don't know America, so fuck off. Not really. Stay, American people. FR2185, March 1972. These are just, if I remember correctly, these, yeah, here we go. M13A2s, actually. It's the green on there, I'm guessing. The goldy green. But yeah, these are basically the pork chop filters. You know, here you got MSA 97GM, M12, I think that says G4 or C4, can't read it. No, it's definitely G4. 39mm, left front and right front. You can see here, May 1972, by MSA 315. That's Mine Safety Appliances. Thank you for the knife. It fell. No, I've got to be edgy and cut the table because I'm hard now.
Don't tell my mum.
Oh, don't tell my mum, no. Seal bag, Milby, I don't care.
Packaging?
Yeah, it is.
Is it biodegradable?
Categorically not.
Is it, what's that, paper?
No, it's metal lined, like foil lined.
Oh Jesus, that is like what I get my kebabs in.
Yeah, it won't ever degrade.
That's mental, I did not realise my kebabs will never degrade.
Oh, you kebabs themselves, well. Why is my charger not in? There we go. Okay, these filters are safe, the M13A1s. They have chromium in them. What you should do when you get the mask is maybe try and pop them out. These are the hardest filters in the world to fucking put in and take out. Maybe made worse by some of the copies from the COM block states. I already touched up on the Bulgarian PD1, which was the only black M17 copy, and it's the worst one. I wish I kept it, because I didn't anticipate ever getting an M17, because these are really hard to get inside the UK. The filters, like I said, though, are basically safe unless they are damaged or leaking. Look out for purple marks or black leaks, because they contain chromium. Chromium, of course, or hexavalent chromium in this case, because it's chromium-6. Can cause lung cancer, and it's a very aggressive cancer that then attacks the skin and such, so if this is leaking, don't use it. Chromium in small amounts is perfectly fine. It's even used as a dietary supplement, if I remember rightly, so don't fear it like you would asbestos. It's not even nearly as big a threat.
Is it chrome? Is it shiny?
No, it's actually green.
Why is it called chrome?
I don't know. So this is one of two Haversacks, if I remember rightly. There's another one that's like a nylon type fabric. Don't play with it. It's delicate. This one's a medium. I'm going to run through the bag real quick as I open it, because everything is inside. This actually would be worn at the hip. There's my nice hip. It would be worn like that. So this would face this way, and you'd be able to access it. This part would go around your waist, and this would be tightened around your thigh. So, let's open this up. Actually, let's not open this up. If we flip this around here, there's a little pocket here first that's quite interesting, because this has the tag. This actually has the service tag. Give you a moment to read some of that, or pause it. Mask M17A1, size medium. Unit of issue EA, I don't know what that is. 26th of March, 1979. Filters installed in this mask will be replaced with serviceable M13A2 filters prior to use in a toxic, something, or biological environment. Oh, chemical or biological environment. M13A2 filters available at this building, which of course we do actually have here. So we did get them in the end, but they were never installed, I'm guessing because he left service. We can see here that, well, the mask itself is actually made in 1970, if I remember rightly. So this is probably a late issue service tank, because of course when it would have filled up, he would have just fucking thrown it in the bin or whatever. It would have been inspected every 6 months. Here we have 79, 79, then 1980, 1980, and at some point it changed the person who was doing it. So that's a cool little detail. If you want better pictures, they're over on my Instagram. And if you don't know what my Instagram is, I'm not going to tell you. Here's a little pocket here, which I cannot remember for the life of me. No, it isn't. Anyway, I think the inserts are meant to go, or the outserts are meant to go there, but I haven't got them in. They should be on the mask remember correctly. This big pocket here is for the M13 reimpregnation decontamination kit. Here we go. Here we have decontaminating and reimpregnating kit, individual M13. I'll give you a moment to read the lid. Just a little lift off lid. This hasn't actually been used, so we're not going to go through the contents. There's all your instructions. And, but yeah, it's all in here. There's supposedly a little blade in here, like a little opening thingy. Here's your fabric. I don't know where the blade is meant to be, because like I said, this is all sealed. I think it's... Smell that.
Smells like fucking watermelons.
Watermelon. No one will get that. That's a local joke. But yeah. So.
That's really
Oh, here we go. One cutter packaged with small pad. So apparently it's inside here. But like I said, these things are still sealed. So, is that it? No, that's a bit of the corner. I thought that was it there. Yeah, I'm guessing it's somewhere inside the fabric. I'm not opening this because this is actually. I've actually traded this for another M17A1. Which is pretty damn cool. Don't worry about that crackling, it's just that shitty powder in there. So, get that back in there.
So you just got loads of those bags in there?
No, not loads of them, just those two you saw. The really big one and this little one. Pop those closed.
But one of them is hot.
And there you go. So there's your M13. And of course that goes in this little pocket. So now getting onto the bag itself. These little clips I want to talk about, because I broke one on the way here. Sorry, Nick. This is who it's going to. This basically has 4 spikes that stick outward, and I broke this one off. So this little top cap can come off now, but I'm pretty sure I've got it stuck on most of the way. I've still got the spike in my pocket, so... Little button stoppers. Quite a rib design. Talking about the bag, actually, I want to point out people who say that the PBF in the Soviet Union isn't a direct copy, or at least a copy of the design. They took the design and they quote-unquote improved it. It's actually not bad. But they did their own version of it, and if you ever want further proof that it wasn't just like their own cheek filter design, but that they actually did steal the design, then you look no further than the bag. So Future Jack, please pull up a picture of that bag.
He didn't do it 'cause he's lazy.
Yeah, he probably didn't. Ow. Anyway. So inside, here's our mask. Ta-da! This is the M17, it's very iconic. It's the M17A1, which means it has a resuscitation tube. You can already see the outserts are actually on. Let's pop those off. There's one. There's the other.
Make that noise.
I'm going to quickly touch back up on the bag real quick. Inside there's a little pocket here at the bottom, and I actually forget what's meant to go in there. I think that's... It's not for the resuscitation tube, is it?
You've got 2 of these?
Yes.
Can I wear one?
You can wear that one.
Yay. How do I put it on?
Tell you what, Mike, this has been adjusted for my head, so it'll either be too loose or get your hair out of the way, mate.
Just let me tie it off.
Yeah, go on. You might want to band it up at the back, preferably low. You don't need the balaclava on. still, it would help out a lot for the hair. It won't seal.
But it look cool.
Okay, so there you go. And there you go. Give it a hard exhale. Force it until you hear a click. The exhale valve gets stuck on this particular one. It's quite a common occurrence. Do you mind if we film you?
It's stuck. I can't breathe.
You can breathe. So this is Tommy wearing the M17A1. Can you taste a sort of grape soda taste? Yeah, I've started to suspect that that's the chromium leaking.
Fucking what?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. By the way, I'm going to lean back because I can't keep my hand here to move this thing. There you go, balaclava. Even though I've got your face on this channel several times over. I think it's just nice to have a bit of privacy from time to time. And back to the mask. So,
Put the shirt on with your 15 quid. I've got a pink balaclava.
you should get it out more often. So, there's your padded bag. That's the inside. This is the fabric one. This also would have had like a plastic bag that you put the mask in so that it doesn't get completely fucking soaking wet. Like I say, here are your outserts. So this is the M17A1. For me, getting the outserts on is a piece of piss. I don't like wearing them because I feel like they apply more pressure to your face. I just pop them on like that. And there you go. These have been quite yellowed. Yellowing the lenses is not common with the M17. Doesn't bother me much because I wear yellow aviators for fucking fun. So this is called a cheek filter design, as we saw with the filters. The filters are designed to sit and contort close to the user's face and not be in the way, so it's essentially ambidextrous instead of cumbersome filters, because the mask before this was the M9A1, which is why a lot of M17s actually sometimes had the M9A1 carriers. Personally, I think the M9A1 wasn't a bad fucking design. They could have stuck with it for a lot longer, but you see, that's the problem. From the military's perspective, this was grand. From a collector's point of view, it is stupid, but you see, we have the power of hindsight. To them, at the time, it's the same reason why the British Army currently uses the GSR. They said, we want filters that, instead of it being easy to attach, easy to thread on, and then it has like a self-signal system like with the GSR, they wanted something that was readily available and ready to go. The problem with that is that they were actively failing. Because you see, these filters are just exposed. Now they're open. And there's nothing stopping them. See the problem there? That was a huge issue. My hands are looking quite fat, I know. Don't point it out, please. Anyway, so from their point of view, it was like this space age thing. It was like a filter that's readily available. They can just put the mask on, they don't have to worry about the filters. The filters are ready. And essentially the idea was if it wasn't contaminated, then it would work. Now, of course, the problem with that is that it probably would fail. But the idea was it would have enough in it for you to put the mask on and get the fuck out. GTFO. Tunnel rats had to use these sometimes, but they hated them, so another cheek filter mask was made called the M17A1, or the M17A Grasshopper, which it was nicknamed, which we might actually have coming. Hopefully me and Tommy will get to make a video on it, but I can't promise it. It will be coming. Pretty cool. But yes. M17 as well had 3 variants. I'm not going to include things like the see-through one, the XM27 it was called, or nicknamed, because that's the experimental version. I'm just going to talk about the released versions. You have the ABC M17, Atomic Biological Chemical M17, which had nothing. It had no inside-y features. It was just cheek filters, voice diaphragm lenses, all that good shit. And it was later used for police riots, like they were giving it to police when the M17A1 was made. They gave them to the police and said, here you go, these are for riots, use them for, like, you know, don't militarise Saigon and all that shit.
Don't militarise anything.
Nah, shut up, hippie. So, and then of course they made the M17A1, which had a drinking tube and a resuscitation tube, which we will touch up on. Fuck it, let's do it now. Let me stretch the head harness over. Head harness is the same as on the M9, if I remember rightly, so nothing really to comment on that there. It's just another 6-pointer. The head harness, fun fact, is actually exactly compatible with the Yugoslavian 60mm M1, which I do have and I've never done a video on because I hate it. So if you ever have yours damaged, it's cheaper to get an M1 and just steal the head harness. You can get a few extra parts from it, I'm sure, for other things. So if you flick this forward, inside here you got your oil nasal cup. This one hasn't been pinned down because reasons. And in there you can see your resuscitation tube. So this little torque lever, if I turn it left, or rather, if I turn it this way, you'll see the drinking tube comes forward. But if I turn it this way, oh, come on, open up. Our little resuscitation tube comes forward. And of course the idea with that was that you'd torque it forward and you would connect, I forget exactly where, but you'd connect a resuscitation tube to the bottom, you connect it to your homie, and resuscitate them back from being passed out or fucking dead. Black rubber, some of the different ones are made by different companies, like DT Rubber, I think it was called. I don't quote me on that, I don't know American ones. And a lot of them, especially the ABC M17, was made by Firestone, a lot of those were. But, M17A1 was made exclusively, if I remember correctly, and the M17A2, by MSA, Mine Safety Appliances. This was made in 1970. I don't care for all these other numbers. Like I said, check out my fucking Insta if you actually care that much.
You plug your Insta?
No. People who... I wish I could turn that camera again, but I can't at the moment. He's crammed the Jaffa cake into every hole of my... I have to wear that in a minute. Into my balaclava. You bastard. Not really. 6-point head harness, like I said. Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah. And the M17A2 got rid of the resuscitation tube because it was ultimately found to be fucking useless. So, that's the full history of each variant of the M17.
What does the impregnation tube do?
Impregnation kit, you've got chocolate all over your eyes. If I remember correctly, you'd pour it into your protective suit to re-impregnate it with a protective layer.
You babies.
You wish. So yes, this is the size medium. The M17 had 4 sizes. It had the extra small, the medium, and the large. The large is arguably the hardest one to find. And they're very hard to tell apart. Of course, here's your size. You've got US and then M, and you'd have your sizes here like extra small, ES, or I think it might have been XS, I can't remember. Fucking charger. Stay in, will ya? Here are your... what's it called? Like the injection, the mold injection marks here. Let me put it in. Here's your drinking tube. This would connect to the connector at the top of a canteen during the Vietnam War.
Does this one have a drinking tube?
Yes, it does.
Can I have a drink out the drinking tube?
No, because you need the cap.
Why
Otherwise, no water will run through it. Otherwise, it would be a leaking error.
Where's the cap?
I don't have one of those. There was one up for a while. It was £10. Yes, they both do. These are both the same model.
So I can't have a drink out of it.
Especially not that one. You ain't touching it. Well, because we don't have the cap. I mean, on the bottle. You need the bottle. It pushes it inward. You see, it's
Oh, you need a specific.
It's a sealed. Yes, it's a sealed design. You can see that.
I don't just have a big. I'm examining the map.
Yes, don't examine that one, please. I'll get on to why.
Oh.
If it was this one, I'd let you, but I need to use it as an example for a moment. This is the 1970s version. We've got another one just over there that I've just been smacking Tommy's hand about. I'm sure you've seen it, though. That was from 1969. We'll talk about the differences in levers in a moment. This is actually the fatter torque lever. There was like 3 versions of the M17A1. I think the earliest ones had a bright yellow one, but I think it was first made. But this is the stouter version, because the earlier one, this was from 1969, which you can just see there, is thinner and easier to snap, because soldiers were over-torquing it. I don't know what this little support bar is here for, but this strap here is to pull the mask tighter to the user's face. I've looped these around because this is just how I do these kind of masks to keep them out of the way. Feel free to copy me. I just pull them around, tighten, and I loop them back around through this hole, and just put them there. And then when I put them on, I just scoot them on out of the way. It's a piece of piss. But yes, also inside the mask you can see here the filters. I'm not going to uninstall and put a filter in, just for this video, because they're really annoying. Inlet valves, you can see there's a second size stamp there, which says medium. Hopefully you can see that. Good old angled lenses. No peripheral seal. Because, fuck that. Why shouldn't you have one? Why should you have one? You can take this cover off. Take those little caps off. And this whole thing will detach, but of course you still have the you still have your hose in there, so there's no real point to doing that. If you lift this up, you'll be able to see the secondary exhale valve, which actually is damaged on this second one we're going to look at in a moment. Pull this over, and over the little lug bolt. that thing. Let's get this properly on first. And of course you got this hole here. Pull that on until you can't see any rubber. And it's just sticking out the hole. So there you go, it's properly plugged on. Otherwise it will stick out like that. You don't really want it sticking out like that. So just stretch it on over the little spiky bit until it stays on. There's your exhale redirector. You can see there another stamp. There should be another stamp inside the mask if I remember rightly. This one's quite interesting as well. They've tucked the chin portion into the mask. There you go, if you can see that. They've tucked it into the little gap here at the bottom, which a lot of people actually did do, to be fair. Oh, God. Oh, I threw up in my mouth a little. Yeah.
Sick boy.
Here, I'll have to give some people anxiety. Not really, I'll just put that away and use the screwdriver. There you go, pop that off. Oh! What in tarnation? Nick! Nick, did you know about this? Holy shit! This makes me look sus now.
Let's have a look.
This makes me look sus, because I joked about stealing his inlet valves. I said, while your mask is with me, I'm going to steal your inlet valves. Because he fucking got me. I think I stole his inlet valves. Shit!
Oh,
Nick!
yeah.
Someone's nicked your inlet valves! Well, inlet valve. Anyway, here you can see the top there, because top... it's to do with the fucking direction of the valve portion there. Let's get this off.
No wonder it was weird.
Oh no! And you know that I haven't taken them off since I've owned this, because I had to screwdriver them off because there's that much dust under them. Someone's stolen your fucking inlet valves. I've got to tell him tonight. Quick, tell Devin. He needs to buy another pair of inlet valves. He's already got me a pair. He needs to get fucking Nick one. Tell Nick. Send him this picture. Do a voice message. Devin, hello. It's IDB here. Just doing the M17A1 review, and we've just popped off the inlet valves on Nick's mask. I had to take them off with a screwdriver because they were stuck on. Someone's fucking stolen. Tommy just fell over. Ow! Okay, inlet valves are gone. I'll give you a brief thing in a moment. Tommy. Yeah, let me. All right, we're back. Tommy's he's doing all right. He's got a bad spine at the moment, which is not. That's probably making it worse. Hope you're all right, mate. God, that made a mess. Don't know. Just fell over. Ow! Can you see him? I'll give you a brief thing in a moment. How did that happen, mate?
That sucks. Help. I'll keep my hand there for you. Yeah, alright. Stand up there. Are you still recording? Yeah. Stand it already? Yeah, order another pair of inlet valves.
Fucking hell. Oh, he sent one back. Yeah, that's the sound of someone who has to spend money. He's sending me a pair for my own as well. So, let's get those back on. There's your top mark. Push them on to your MOPP. Weapons and Stuff 93 was like, it seems to be held on with just friction, which is a bad design, because I think you just did that. Instead of, you know. So...
I got your inlet valves coming in the mail, Dick knows, don't worry.
No, he needs more.
Oh, and also, I'm not ordering another set if you want one for Nick, sorry.
Oh.
Too late for me to order anything else.
Can you send an audio message? Well, what do you mean it's too late? I mean, have a word with Nick and he'll pay you for them. There's only one fucking pair left. Just tell Nick, I'm sure he'll give you the money. In fact, charge...
Shit, I'm aggressive.
Well, what do you mean it's too late? I got your inlet valves coming in the mail, Dick knows, don't worry. There's only one fucking pair left. I got your Nick, I'm sure he'll give you the money.
Well, anyway. Logically, you could probably actually get the same valves from your oral nasal cup. Like, you can buy spare ones from Aeon Forks. I'm pretty sure that website will probably stick them in. Sorry, Nick. Don't know how that happened. Wasn't me, I swear. Anyway, moving on, little accessories. We're on to the last one that I actually own. And that is...
That's the problem, you penis. I'm gonna be out of the house for the weekend.
So fucking what? They come in the mail! They're tiny, Devin! They're fucking tiny!
Well, I can't exactly order shit while I'm away.
No, not you! Order them. Give Nick your address! There. 3 audio messages.
This is just how you talk to each other.
Yeah, it's a violent call we have back and forth. Who's still watching the review? No one's watching the review. So...
Me falling over in the review.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So this, God, I forgot which one this was for a moment. I thought it was the tap hood, but that's for the M40. This is the MOPP hood. I can't remember if that's 1p or 2p's. The M17 series, especially the A2, actually had a longer run than it should have, even to the point where it was actually still using the Gulf War up until I think it was like 86. Oh, Devin sent a message. My editor, ladies and gentlemen. So, if I can pop this on, tell you what, I'll get back to you when I've got it on.
What, the editor?
Yeah, right, we just googled it, and apparently they're left in the mid-90s, which makes sense, because I know that a lot of masks like the MCU2P started to appear in 1985, 1986. But it's the same with the British S6, which we actually have in this bag for the next video we're going to do immediately after this one. Get ready.
I can hardly fucking understand what you said. What?
Fuck it, I don't care.
So fucking what? They come in the mail. They're tiny, Devin. They're fucking tiny.
With me arguing with Devin. Anyway, so it makes sense because things like the S6 gas mask, we found evidence they were still being used in the early 2000s, which, because, you know, a gas mask in military service, according to them, has a shelf life of 20 years, and since my S6 was actually made in 1985, of course, it would still be usable in their terms until 2005. Makes sense. So here is the M17 with the MOPP hood. Oh, I've got something important I need to do. Here Tommy has the MOPP hood on. I'm guessing these are armholes, and this would be tightened up fully. We've zipped it off.
Armholes?
I don't know if they are armholes. I'm not sure what they are.
There's no way to find out.
Well, let's not find out, because I have to give that to someone. This is the M6A1, if I remember rightly, which is, do you mind if I borrow a bit of your drink?
No, my Caribbean Crush.
It's alright, you'll get it back.
You owe me 10p now.
Tommy, stand still. As we can see...
No, fuck, you want to drink that, you better!
I was gonna pour it on your head, and I remembered you're not wearing a coat. So it would have just ended up on your shirt.
Borrow me your coat, you can do it.
No, I like this coat.
Exactly.
This is a good...
Can you take this off because it's really itchy? I have a really big itch there, I really want to scratch it.
Yeah, it would do. Right, let's get that thing off, Tommy. That was Tommy wearing the fucking MOPP hood, which would have gone with the rest of the protective suit. We didn't tie these up like you meant to, just tighten a little shoelace knot underneath at the bottom there. Just, yeah, tighten it up if you need it to. Could have been worn in like summer and winter variants, depending on how hot it was. I can't remember if it was this over it for summer or this under it for winter. I can't remember. It was for the exhale. So that's enough about the overall mask. We've done all of its accessories. Now, what is the next thing we have to cover? Sizes, which I already told you about, but this is an interesting one. Here is a large. We managed to get not only one M17 in the UK, we managed to get 2. And we got a large. Thank you, Nick. It needs a clean.
Bribes at border patrol and everything.
It really needs a clean. Alright, so which one of these do you think is the large? Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, I'll just look at the forehead. Knock yourself out. They both say fucking medium. Of course, if you were paying attention to the dust marks, you'd know that this is the large. Now, this is where things get interesting. This is the 1969 one, and I'm going to... Fucking Christ, man. Right, let's pop that off. Do it by hand. There's where your inlet valve is. These ones are quite dead. These would have been like a white colour. These would have been like a white colour, but these have quite aged badly, which is why I've ordered some from Devin, and I will attach a newer pair to it. This one I'm keeping. This one has no kit with it. This is from 1969, or actually no, this is 1968, but the front says 1969, so that's interesting. From MSA again, Mine Safety Appliances. But again, this says medium. But it's a large. Jack, you said it's a large. It is. See that white stamping there? that would go up and like that. It would be a white printed L. Despite the fact that you'd think that the raised letters would be part of the moulding process, these were actually larges, and it was, I think the belief is that it's a misprinted one, that it's a misprinted mask that didn't have the right sizing on it, so they corrected it with white ink so that people would know, and of course the problem as a collector is that they wear off easily. Good news, I found an alternate solution. We'll cover that in a moment. Now, it's a bit warped there from bad storage. Oh good, that's not a tear, that's just a crease. But no one really knows why that came to be, because there are M17s that say L on them, printed raised, at least according to, I think I spoke to Commander Chemicals about it, or was it Chemicals or Cucumber? I can't remember, I don't care, doesn't matter. Whoever's in a Gema surplus, I spoke to, who said that...
Scream.
Who said that? Scream. And now the farmer knows me. But yeah, there are little things to the large, but like I said, we don't know why that came to be. You'd think the raised lettering would be part of the mould. No, you'd think it would be part of the moulding process that is exclusive to the size, and yet it's not. So fuck knows how that came to be. It's quite an odd one. It's essentially a misprint, and it seems to only have played the M17A1, not M19A1, M17A1. I'm not going to pull off all this shit. You can see here, this is the thinner torque, which the lever, which of course is the one that got snapped off the most. I already touched up on everything in here, so I don't need to talk about the mask. The lenses aren't too yellowed on this one, thank God. It does need to clean, and I'll cover maybe a cleaning video one day. But regardless, if I pop this open, we can see two things. First of all, the oral nasal cup is much bigger, but also we can see there, it says L for large. And this mask is a large, because I'm a large person, and wearing that causes me great pain. But me wearing this...
Large.
Me wearing this does not.
I'm named Incest Wagon. I'm large.
Tommy, I am significantly larger than you.
Oh, Mr. Big Man.
I am big man.
Oh my God, you're big man, but you're not 30, are you?
I wish I was
30 stone, all right.
Be your big man and fucking ruin your anus, Tommy. That back room, you and me.
Bro, I would fuck you.
It's going to be an insult. I'm waiting. Bro, I would fuck you. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Another key indicator of this being a large is the way the oral nasal cup comes up significantly higher in the lenses. You can see almost all of the inlet valves on the inside. The TSO deflector system there, I don't know if I talked about that, but basically when the air comes up through the filter, it blows cold down to the lenses to help defog. I forgot to touch up on that earlier with the medium. Another thing is how far forward the chin rest is. You can see there, chin rest stops about there. See how much further forward this one is in here. Besides that, there isn't really any other indicator. I suppose the filters are of a flatter design. They aren't more tilted, they're just flat, and the lenses aren't angled either, they're just normal. Stuff like lenses and head harness don't really get bigger, so it doesn't really matter. But yes, the thing that got us onto this being a large was the L. And we don't really know why the ink was misprinted there, but it was. And that's all I really have to say about this. This was also given to the Australian Army, if I remember correctly, in conjunction with a special variant of the Mark III NBC suit, with the Mark III being used for the S6 gas mask by Britain. They had a variant for Australia which had no hood, and they would use the MOPP hood. Oh shit, the farmer's car just pulled up. Alright, turn all your volume off. Alright, we've got to go. Oh no! He's leaving! You probably heard that scream and he's going to go find out where the fuck it came from.
Should we give him another scream to
You shut your mouth. Anyway, so that's everything about the M17A1 that's coming to mind, like I said. So it was nice to finally get a large. Not really much else to say about this one. Hope you all enjoyed this very long video, but it was kind of a special one. Hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Oh yes, and Jack, pull up a picture of the stock image of the original L of what it would have looked like. Because there was a picture of one that came up. It was a brand new kit. It had been unopened since like the 1970s, and someone cut it open, and it was one of the misprinted L's. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you.
Misprints worth more.
Not really. It seems collectors don't give a shit about him, and the commander I spoke to, like Commander Chemicals or Commander... I don't think it was Cucumber, I think it was Chemicals. I can't remember.
Cucumber.
There is Commander Cucumber. He hated our last pictures when we did the Mark IV NBC suit, because it had, like, the picture of me standing normal, I think I was saluting, and then the picture of me entangled in the wire, you know, entanglement from Insta.
Yeah.
And then it had the picture of me laying on the rock. And he was like...
You were the priest.
No, the one, I didn't post that one. The picture of me laying on the rock with my leg up in the flowers. And, like, all of the Reddit loved it, but I do have someone from Our God who sends me screenshots of what goes on about my post, and they're all like, the last image has ruined it. And it was like, who would have been great? But the last image, all this shit. And they fucking hated it because I guess they're scared of...
Fun.
Yeah, I guess they're scared of having fun with military kit. Gotta be serious. I understand the appeal of seriousness.
I don't.
But it's like...
I
have a bit of
off
fun.
My shoes with a Jaffa cake spot.
I like to imagine that it's fragile homosexuality hidden beneath the layers of skin. Like, to keep wanking off to straight anime, then maybe the gay thoughts go away. Because I know I'm that attractive. I know even in that suit, I had mad sex appeal.
No, you didn't.
I don't have sex appeal. So anyway, I can say shit. Like, I can talk about that. People slam talking my fucking posts because, like, I know they don't watch this far into the video. I don't fucking care if they do because I'm not at fault. So I see what you fucking say and I take it on board sometimes if it's actually worth taking on board. Sometimes it's not. But anyway, any final words on the M17?
Shit.
Well, I like it. Anyway, thank you all for watching and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.